Welcome back to another episode of our latest segment titled 1v1, where we sit down with our athletes, our coaches, athletic directors, just leaders of the youth in general. Today, we have another special guest, Coach Luke, out of St. Bernard High School, head coach of an AAU basketball team, just an ambassador of youth in general. I'd like to say what's up to you, Coach Luke. How you doing today?
How you doing?
Yes, Lord, I'm all right, man. First and foremost, want to let you know, bringing you up here, man. So, I want to give you your flowers. Okay,
Sure,
knowing a lot about what you're doing on the coaching field, I just want you to know what you're doing is special. It's beyond the game. To me, I look at somebody that's leading the youth in the right direction when it's easy to mislead them. So, I want to get that out the way first. Second, I feel like it's important for the culture to see and hear a perspective from somebody that's leading. So, I'm gonna get into it, man. So, first and foremost, let's dive right into it. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's going on with you in the coaching world?
Well, right now I'm the varsity assistant JV head coach at St. Bernard, and then I coach 1vision Elite AAU. We just did our first tournament this weekend, and I don't know. I'm always looking to grow, kind of connect, network. I did a lot of camps last summer. I'm gonna do Baylor's camp this summer, so I'll go down to Texas this summer and do a camp. And then that's the only camp I got right now, though, that I've paid for. This coaching stuff costs money. It's hard to make money when you got to spend money.
Oh, yeah.
Name it again. And then just working kids out at St. Bernard right now. We just got back to our 30-day no contact, the rule. And then do 1vision on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then the weekends are the tournaments.
Okay. So when you say the camps, what specifically? So is it just like skills and drills type thing?
Well, last year I worked 2 Xavier camps. So like you go to the college and you work with the kids. Like it's ran by Sean Miller, the head coach of Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
You get a team, and you pretty much just play. They do a little skills and drills, but those kids don't really want to do that. They just want to play 5-on-5.
Yeah, they waiting for the
Okay. So, but what happens is you get to meet a lot of people. Like I ended up like becoming kind of cool with one of their guys that played there. BJ Raymond used to play at Xavier back in the day.
Yeah,
he's on their staff, and I built a relationship with him a little bit. So it's kind of cool. Like that's how I like connect with people, those camps.
So the name of the game in coaching is networking too. So
there's no off season for coaches. Like players can get an off season, but I don't get an off season.
What time, bro? I respect that. Just to dive a little bit quickly into questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when was it clear for you that coaching was something that you wanted to do?
It's crazy because like I knew young, like you know how like, in elementary school you got to do those autobiographies and stuff.
Yeah.
So on the back of mine, I said I wanted to play and coach, but I said I wanted to like go to the league and coach. But then, like as I got older, I didn't want to coach. Like I thought all coaches was against me. You arrogant kid. I'm like, I don't mess with coaches.
Yeah.
So then that's why I was like,
hate him to an extent
like,
sometimes.
Like, he hating on me or he in my way.
Right.
So like I was actually like 22, I think, and my junior high coach came up to me and was like, "You're gonna coach with me," and I was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yeah, you are." I mean, it's volunteer too, and I'm like, "I'm definitely not about to do it for free." So I did it for free in 7th grade, and then I did it one time again, and I got paid. And I did so well that they gave me the 8th grade team. And then the next year, they gave me the freshman team.
Wait, hold on. So let me stop you. I'm sorry. So look, back to the first. So as you're talking about the first gig that you actually got, like break the experience down to me. So I know you said in your head, you're like, okay, I'm not doing this for free.
No,
right?
Yeah,
but as it's going on, as it's happening, getting close to the time where you start, tell me about the experience. Like what's your mind going through?
Yeah, I can't even lie. I just wanted gym time. They told me it was free gym time. So I was like, it's not really, everybody want to be in the gym.
Right.
So we always looking for a gym. And I was like,
especially young, you're still trying.
I was like, I'll go to another JUCO. You know what I mean? So I did it for gym time at first.
Okay.
And that's why I was fine with it being volunteer. And then it became pretty good at it. And Thomas from St. Bernard, he was a 7th grade boys coach. Yeah, I was his his little assistant. And then he started making big money. He got his degree. He didn't have time to do that. So I took over the next year and coached with our old coach, like the old school coach. But he was he's the most demanding person ever. And probably like he's real rough. But he got us in the gym every Saturday morning. He took us to church on Sundays. So he was like that old school throwback coach that like made an impact on you. He was just a little crazy.
Instilling them what you needed in you, really.
Sure.
So that's how we end up hating them. But on the process, that's what you actually need. So for you, let me know a little bit about your biggest moment you've experienced so far. So not per player, just for you as a coach. What moment for you has been?
That was this season for our JV team. we started off 0-3. But we started off with combined 7 point. We lost all 3 games by combined 7 points. And
nail biters, huh?
yeah, so what it really was San Bernardino, we don't get basketball kids. I was telling you, I want to do the youth for them. They don't. First time they get to junior high, that's their first practice. They ain't never even
So fresh into it.
They don't know what a ball screen is. They don't know how to slip a screen. They don't know. So what I said was, I looked at this team and I told them to their face, this ain't. It's probably the least talented team I've ever coached I had this year. Just wasn't much talent.
How did they take that when you told them?
They had to take it because I'm not going to hide it from you. But I said, y'all are gritty and you can play deep. Y'all can be the best defensive team I've ever coached. So I actually went online and I Googled how I could prevent scoring. So I taught them how to ice ball screens. We don't give up the middle of the floor. We had a goalie in the middle of the hoop, a guy all the way over there. You don't have to shoot threes over our high hands. And we ended up just locking everybody up.
Dang.
So we only scoring 40 a game, but we're winning.
It took them a while to buy into what you were saying as
well. No, I told them, I said, I'm not gonna lose every damn game.
Just kept it real.
These practices, I made practices just 10 times harder than the game. You can ask anybody to play for me. My practices are crazy. You're just not gonna. I don't have time to mess around at a practice because that makes the game easy.
Because when you get to the game, you're supposed to just naturally flow from what you're building.
It's crazy because I wasn't known for my defense, but I think I'm a defensive coach right now because I hate seeing people score on us.
Well, you knew how to make sure people couldn't stop you. So I wouldn't say you wasn't. You
no.
had a defensive mind.
I just was a bucket. I just wanted to look.
But you also had to know though how the defender would have to look at
not
you.
Arrogantly. I haven't coached a kid like me. I haven't coached a kid that loves basketball yet like that. That would call me at 10 o'clock at night. That means because I ain't gonna lie, I do have one, but he's not really mine. I had him in not to give him too much. You should know about him though. If you ever heard of Frank Latham, he goes to St. Bernard. Be lucky to get him back next year. Though.
High school?
He's only a
junior. Oh, yeah.
He's a freak athlete though. But Frank didn't play till junior high when he got to me. And I take a little credit for him. I sharpened him up. Winton Woods stolen. He went to Winton Woods and he came back. Now he'll work. Now, that's probably the one kid, and he's probably the most talented kid I've ever coached. But I didn't get him. He left as a freshman, and he came back to varsity. So I haven't had him. I'm his assistant coach, but I haven't had it. No offense to anybody I coach, I haven't had a dog yet. I want to see what I'm like with a dog. I've had some good players, but not like
the one that man.
Yeah,
all right, when it's time, we going to him like that. Okay, all right. So if you had to describe to our audience, what would be your way to describe your coaching style?
Well, for me, everything's a standard now. I was talking about my practices. Mm-hmm. I went to my this is a funny. This summer I worked at Xavier Camp. They got a gold jersey. They got a standard. So you get a practice score. Well, I was already doing a practice score, but I never thought about this gold jersey. So I went and got a gold jersey. And if you got the gold jersey, if your teammates messing around, they got to run. You don't run. You don't got to do nothing that entails anything negative. So you get 5 points in practice. And at the end of the week, you get the jersey for a week. You get to earn it for a week as long as you go hard. So I realized when I did that, those kids wanted that gold jersey. Yeah. So our practices started to get a little better.
Okay.
Yeah. So and plus, for me, as a standard, if you don't do the little things, we can't win. So I don't know. I think this year people thought I was a little harder than I've ever been on kids, but this year I had a group that we weren't that talented. So, but we still won 12 games.
Yeah. So I think winning 12 games and you saying not that talented, I think that might show on the positive side, your coaching style you're describing. I feel like that shows it on full display. We don't got the most talent, but I know what I'm talking about. I still got us 12 wins, and we don't.
I think they're how do they buy in? I really don't leave you a choice. I'm not begging you to play basketball. You're lucky to play basketball. I learned that the hard way by messing up my grades. So ain't nobody entitled to play basketball. You're lucky to play basketball.
And you showed up in this gym, so it's time to get busy.
I don't like the narrative of around St. Bernard losing. I'm not trying to have that narrative because I went there, so I don't want it to be like that.
I think it's gonna work out. But so just to rewind a little bit, I'll just ask you about your most memorable moment. What's the most gut checking for you? The one that just hurt. You know what I mean?
I was talking about it had to go back to my first couple of years, my junior high years. I had that team with Frank and I because they started letting us do 7th and 8th graders together. So I mixed up this team. I had size, I had skills, I had everything. We're in a tournament game, tie game, chance. No, we're down 1 with the ball. We're getting the pass, good play. Ball got tipped. They called it out of bounds on us with no time left on the clock. And I probably was gonna get arrested. Because these refs, no, I'm not. Me and the refs get at it. I don't play with refs. I really this year. I'm telling you, Ohio's got some.
Hold on, let me pause for you. Because look, I done said this. Now I'll be tripping in the crowd at my son games,
Yeah.
but I had to ask some people like, so you in the mix? So this past season, am I the only one that thought these refs are terrible?
No, this is I'll tell you what, my first game of the season, I swear to you, I'm not lying. We're playing at 7 Hills, and I'm just like, that's 3 seconds. And the ref looks at me and goes, it starts over on the pass. I said, you're out of your fucking, I'm sorry, I don't know our cuss. I said, you're out of your damn mind. This is your job. If it started over on the pass, Shaq would average 100 points. It starts over on a shot.
Having to educate him.
And then he gave me a tech. I've never had a tech. And then he came back and apologized to me. Like, that don't do nothing, though.
I almost got a tech from the stands for the same type vibe. Like, my son was just getting called for some stuff that I watched the kid do a triple dribble. Something crazy, right? My son got called for the double dribble, but he trying to get his Euro on second grade. You just don't call. Sure. You got to just respect it.
Yeah, especially if they put the effort in.
Call it almost. So I'm like, all right, it's the advantage. Boom, boom, boom. He looking at it like he trying to even the playing field. I watched this little boy do something so crazy 3 times in the same possession. I asked the ref, he had the do-rag on first of all, so it threw me off. Yeah. And I ain't judging nobody, but you can't come on no court ref and no do-rag. You know, left the club. I'm saying, who certifies the ref? Is it like?
I was talking to our varsity coach about it, and he said it's a job nobody wants no more because they think that everybody's on them. But man, I've ref games before. It ain't that damn hard, especially in the youth level
out there. Yeah. Change the game on them because this terrible, bro.
Well, they call fouls on these kids, and I'm like, well, tell them what they did. They're like, well, you're their coach. What do you teach them? I said, well, you tell him what he did because I thought he was vertical.
Yeah, because when I'm teaching him and what you know, now he get discouraged and then it's like it's a real problem.
But if a kid asks me, he says, I don't want to hear nothing from a kid. No, the kid is trying to learn. Like this year, I had it out with the refs. Like I never got a tech as a player. I barely got one as a coach. I got one this year. And it's like, I don't know. I get it. Like it's not. I guess it's not an easy job, and like nobody wants to do it. You don't make a lot of money, but they get paid.
They get paid for sure.
And I mean, you get cardio. You get paid to run up and down the court.
Yeah, you see it live. Like, you in the mix.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
You get fed after the game. Well, see, and another thing I had with the ref this year, we ended up winning the game. So like, I didn't understand why everybody thought I was tripping. We still won. I wasn't mad, but there was we are a driving team. We're an aggressive team. There was 19 foul calls on us and 4 on them. As much as we drive the basket, I said, I just gotta know. And then he was so offended. I asked him at the game. I said, I'm asking you as a man person. I'm not coming at you.
Oh, they respond.
Like,
so they get angry.
He was like, but I'm not answering that. I was like, I'm just asking you like you ref the game. I'm asking you man to man in the park. I'm not coming at you. We won the game.
Oh, you try to catch him at the parking lot?
No, I just ended up on time. I said, how is it 19-4 when I have the better athletes? I have the faster kids. I have the more athletic kids, the stronger kids. Like for once in our life, we were the better team. And we win that game by 4 or 5. Like because high school basketball really all it comes down to can your team make layups and free throws. That's it. And they think that's a joke. Like kids think it's a joke. But it's layups and free throws.
They go off what they see on TV, but not the work that go on.
That's what I tell them all the time. They want to do step backs. Like I got a kid. He's on my AAU team too now. He's on my JV team. That's probably my most growth kid. His name's Nick. Kid, he claimed me from Evanston all day. Tough. He all this, he all that. Talk about guns and everything. I'm gonna kick Nick off the team. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not. Our next game, I suspended him, but I didn't tell him he wasn't gonna play. So he's just sitting there. And at the end of it, I told him, I said, you bring that shit anymore, you're off. And I swear to God, he had the whole 360 out of everybody. Now he's on my AAU team.
See, I respect that because, like, for you that's a lesson that he gonna carry with him for the rest of his life. Yeah. That's what you get the flyers from me for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that if he don't get that message, it could go left. Something else can happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? I respect that, man.
He's not like the most talented kid. He played hard and stuff. He's not a hooper. He didn't play basketball until he came to me. You know what I mean?
So he really need this more than anybody know for real.
Oh yeah, like he's on our AAU team and AAU. Them guys can play a little better in high school. I tell them like, you coming off the bench because these guys are better than you right now. You know what I mean? Like this ain't San Bernard High School where you kind of even with these other guys.
Yeah,
these are real. So, these guys want to hoop.
Not to cut you off, but on the AAU conversation, right? This is a narrative that I hear a lot, right? A lot of people say it's watered down now, becoming watered down. Yeah. I want to know first, what do they mean by that? I guess the first part of the question.
I guess with the watered down, because when we played, I felt like you had to be nice to play.
Yeah, like it was like
and
more strict tryout. Like it was a higher standard, maybe.
Yeah, and I think because now everybody's got these organizations and they got a platinum team.
It's a
they got a platinum team, a gold team, a silver team, and a bronze team. They get 4 or 5 teams. Shit.
Oh, it's a money thing.
Oh yeah, last year we played.
It's a money.
You ever heard of Midwest Basketball Club? I'm not talking. I don't know if I can say names like that, but they got like 100 teams. So we played up in Columbus one weekend. Played 2 of them in the same tournament. We go to Louisville for the national tournament. First thing we play is Midwest. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I'm in 2 different states. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's just everybody wants to play basketball. You know, everybody. It's the only sport that everybody said they can do. Right. You don't hear everybody say I can play tennis, I can play golf, football, like even football.
Man, I ain't never thought of it like
no,
that.
It's bro, 2 things that everybody says they can do: rap and play basketball. I swear to God. And most people cannot do either thing. But basketball is the only sport really where like anybody who I know people that don't hoop at all walk down the hall, I'll bust your ass. You don't even play basketball.
Yeah. Nah, that happen all the time. Yeah. Boy, I be in here hearing that like, huh?
Yeah, everybody because it's a culture sport. You know what I mean? Like everybody see LeBron and see other games. You know what I mean?
And it do feel like when you see one of them do something on TV that
you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it for sure.
Yeah. I was just interested in that. And then the second part of that question, I don't know if this is considered, AAU, but I follow like OTE.
Yeah, they're like
in those guys.
Those are, I guess they're considered pros because they're getting paid. So
right.
Yeah.
So my question was, is there a gap in talent in your opinion, like with those type of guys, the AAU guys, and then just the guys that are, or are there any guys that just only high school basketball player? Or,
I think in our time there was a lot more of those guys. I don't know
now. Everybody just doing everything.
Yeah, because
the more basketball, the better. Probably.
Yeah, more. So, well, yeah, and plus, like I said, like everybody wants to start an AAU team now. I think it's like I watch Cash do it. I think it's a lot harder than people realize because for us, like you don't know when the kids are going to pay their fees. You know, you got to pay for tournaments. So like you see, like the big branches, they got to have some kind of funding. Obviously, like so parents are paying. But if your parents ain't paying, it's hard to get in them tournaments and. And then you got to go to hotels, and that's more money.
It's like you're in the league without getting the money. You're basically just investing in your,
Yeah, being a coach is I kind of put it as hustling backwards today, but it pays off in the end. That's what I was trying to tell my son's mom. It pays off in the end.
Sure, what I just said when we first came in, I'm like, it's investing. That's with everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's your dream? You ever thought about a dream job for you? Rather it's, if we thinking down the road, NBA, collegiate, maybe a dream high school job.
Yeah, no, I definitely we won the chip last night. I got my UConn shirt on. That would be the dream.
Man. Much love. Much love. I'm a UK. All right, much love.
Yeah, y'all not getting our coach out. It's all
you said something to me online about that too, and I was talking. Y'all did.
Yeah. But I guess maybe, but I don't know if I want to live there. I would like to turn up one of these local schools. Like if I could, I want to coach in college. That's what I want to do. Just because it's they get not because I want a bag, but I want my work to pay off. And I don't want to coach in the NBA. I don't want to coach dudes that are like grown up and make more money than me and can't tell them nothing. That's not. I ain't gonna sit there and babysit you. That ain't me. So I don't think I'm made for that.
All right. I wanted to jump back to something you told me back in the influence part that you were speaking of. You was telling me your mother played a major role in how you move with the youth today.
Yeah.
Can you speak on that?
Well, I lost my mom at 10, but my mom was a drug addict. So I lost her to suicide. But I played basketball before, but she put me on my first team and I wasn't very good. So she was hard on me about it. She gave me a ball, I got better. But she never really saw me develop with it. When I was 10 and I lost her, I kind of went into a dark spot. Like I was getting in trouble, doing bad things. And then basketball kind of saved me from doing those things. That's why I coach now. Like, I don't think I would have been like in prison or nothing, but I was a little shit. Like, breaking people's windows, knocking on doors, just doing dumb shit. Yeah, just dumb shit, staying out all night. But when you get basketball taken away from you for that stuff, I was like, oh, nah. Right. So with her, that's what I think. I think it was that. I mean, I had a great dad, so I never really wanted for my mom not being like shitty about it. But no, I think that's what she was
protecting you from it. I think that's special though, man. That you can reach from that type of space.
Yeah, for sure.
For positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew at 10 I wanted to play. Like I knew for real, like I want to play. It was 10 years old. That's why I wear the number 10 when I played. Like I knew, and I lost her at 10, so I feel like it was all at the same time.
Yeah, and that's everything happened for a reason. Your story is amazing. When it's all said and done, right, Coach Luke, what's the narrative gonna be? Like, what are the people gonna say? You know how they get the Mount Rushmore conversation? Yeah. We ain't gotta go that far.
Nah,
I just want to know.
I don't know. As long as they know, I'm definitely gonna push them. Like, I don't know. I love these kids, but I'm gonna push you. Like, you can't just.
Who those kids gonna describe? Who they gonna say?
They probably gonna call me crazy. but they're gonna say I cared though. You know what I mean? Like I told them, man, I don't care who sees it. Actually, there's a teacher at St. Bernard. There's a teacher at St. Bernard this year that told one of our assistants, I don't think I would let my kid play for me, because the way now I'm on the court. Like if you're not up to standard, you're not playing. Like you're not playing, and I'm not
holding them accountable.
but I'm not quiet. I'm a little nuts. Like I told you with the rest. So she said that or whatever, and I was like, because she knew me as a kid. She don't know me now. She knew me when I was in her class. That's what she knew.
Right.
But she saw me doing that, and she thinks that I'm belittling the kid. I'm not belittling you because I'm the main one texting you like, this is what you can do, this is what you can be. But as long as they know I care, that's all I care about. And most of them respond to it. I'm telling you, like from coaching AAU to high school, I told her, I said, I got like 40 kids on my phone right now telling me thank you and they love me and stuff. So what you say really doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? So I guess you would have to be in the circle to know though, because I can come off a bit. It's how people talk about Dan Hurley, UConn's coach, like he's not. I think people probably think that about me.
But then when you see what he's offering to them on the life side, they really need that. They missing that outside of basketball though. So what you giving them, what y'all giving them as coaches, is actually what they might be missing.
I try to be the coach I wanted. That's what I try to do.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. I look forward. I'm gonna come check y'all out this season, man. Support you, man. I support what you do. Any platforms you want to shout out, any situations you got coming up, camps, whatever you got going on, if you want to just shout it out for our viewers.
I was telling you off camera, I am going to try to start some youth basketball around St. Bernard soon. I want to do that. That takes funding too, because you don't realize until I got around Cash how much funding it really is and like how much of his own time he puts into it. So like I think I got a long way to go with that, with the brain side of it. The coaching part is easy. But doing it yourself and doing everything behind the scene, I don't think I'm ready for it. And I'm not too arrogant to say that. So I like learning from somebody like him that's done it. So I want to do that. And I want to get back into my skills training, but you got to get a gym. And I don't know, getting gym time's hard because then you're splitting money that you're making money and then you're really not making anything. When you got 2 kids, you got to start making money.
Gotta get a team.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. See, my son's going to be 6. I was thinking about starting real young youth with that Home of Dogs, doing it real young in the youth and letting it come up.
My little son, 8, so you feel me?
I want to do
we might be in this room for a reason. You know what I mean? Sure. Definitely want to congratulate you, man. Like I say, man, to me, it's amazing what you out here doing, man. Stay focused. At your age, I believe, in a few years, sooner than you think it's going to happen, man, you're going to have a major breakthrough. What you're doing now is a breakthrough. It's inspiring. I feel like it's informative. I hope our viewers and listeners really tap into this guy and understand he came from the bottom and he's leading the youth, which is more important than anything.
Yeah.
Anything you want to lead him with?
I think, anybody that says they want to be a basketball player, you got to want to be coached. I was telling my team that this weekend, like I felt like there was times where I'm coaching them and they kind of getting sad. Like you want to be coached. I wanted to be coached. Like maybe not at their age. Maybe I'm talking. I don't know. But you should want to be coached if you want to be great. I feel like there was things I messed up as a player that I'm trying to give them so they don't mess up as. So I think give your coach that kind of thought process. Look at it from every angle.
Different perspective, different mind state. All right, man. Y'all listen. Y'all pay attention, man. I appreciate you coming on here, man. You deserve flowers, man. Right here with you, man. Till next time. It's another episode on the 1v1 segment. Sit down interview. Y'all stay tuned for more.